Guys, we are in a bit of a pickle. Take a look at your screen there. We have Devontae Freeman, the 93 Ultimate Team Ghost of Christmas Present running back. 93 overall, like I said. Fits our long style or long pass style. And then on your right, we have Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley is currently on our team. Now this Devontae was just purchased, so we'll jump down to this one here. I'm torn, guys. I really want to get him on the team. We have a ton of coins, and I'll tell you exactly how in a minute. Speed is the same. We get 2 agility and 4 excel if we go with Freeman. But we lose 2 carrying, which isn't that big of a deal. 1 ball carrier vision, not a big deal. We gain 2 elusiveness. We gain 4 in the juke. And we lose 5 trucking. I'm trying to figure out if it's worth it to get this Freeman. He would cost us about 200k, but I would get almost 50k from selling Todd Gurley and about 25 to 30k with the David Johnson team of the week that I have on the auction block right now. So it would cost us right around 120k, something like that, to make this move. Do me a favor, guys. Let me know in the comments section if you think it's worth it. But it's a great looking card. I kind of do want it on the team. I just don't know if it's worth 120,000 coins. But welcome back, guys. Frank the Tank here. Just wanted to start the video with that because that's the screen I was currently on. But we will reset all filters here. And this is our Madden Ultimate Team Budget Squad lineup update. Now you guys are going to ask, Frank, you have an 86 overall team. You have 653,000 coins, which is about to go up because a couple of our players sold. We did sell that David Johnson for 27,000. That's awesome because about 3 or 4 days ago, maybe as long ago as last Friday, I picked him up for 15k. So that's a solid 12k profit there. And guys, that is the story of this video and how we have so many coins. If you guys watched the gameplay yesterday, we did drop a couple games. We were 6-1 on the season, but the rest of that season was boring. There were 3 or 4 games, or 2 or 3 games that were absolute blowouts, so I really didn't want to post those. So we got to like 8-1, I think. We got the first round bye in the playoffs, and then we came out in the divisional game, or the championship, I think it was the championship game, something like that. No, the divisional game, first game of the playoffs, and we laid an egg. I don't know who we were playing, if they were top 100 or something, which I don't think they would be because we're in such a low seed, but this guy was unbelievable, and his offensive scheme, I could not stop it. We got torched. I didn't even think it was worth putting up, and not that I would ever not post my losses, because I do if they're good gameplays, but we just got smoked. Wasn't even worth it. But I'm about to show you guys how I made all these coins. We have 680. When I logged on Friday on Christmas just to play a little bit between people visiting and hanging out with the fam, I had 50,000 coins. And less than a week later, 5 days later, I have 680,000. And I'm going to tell you guys how. Probably from Friday to today, I played approximately 2 to 3 hours a day just messing around with this auction block. Go to the auction blocks, use R2 to sort to buy it now price or buy now price. Type, go to all players. You want all players showing. Quality, you want elite. And this is all you do. Go down to team and take a look at the auction block for a while. Go to these settings and then look through every team. You'll get a rough idea of what players you should see in those first 2 rows. Top 8 maybe for those people who remember MySpace, but see who's in that top 8 and see what the prices are like. Right about now, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. We don't have a lot of players online right now, but take a look. You see guys like Campbell around 11-12k. And I'm not going to do this for too long. I just want to give you guys the basic overview of how to find players, and we're essentially flipping cards. We're going to buy cards and we're going to sell them for more. But you see Tony Romo there. The best time to do this is on the weekend. If you get on Saturday at about 11 to 12 o'clock in the afternoon, when people are opening bundles, they want to make their coins back quick, they're selling these base elites really cheap, that's when you want to jump on and grab them. And you can make a ton of coins if you have a couple hours, if you're patient. It is tedious. I mean, you have to go through each team, and once you do this a lot, you'll figure out what guys sell for, what you can pay for some cards, ultimately what you can resell them for. But I made about 620,000 coins, or about 520,000 coins in the past 4 or 5 days just doing this. And I have everything in a notebook that's on my lap right now. I just have 3 columns. I have the player we bought, the price I paid for it, what I sold it for, and then the profit that I made. And always remember, you have that 10%. So say it's like this. Say I bought this Daryl Smith. For me to make anything, I would buy it for 7K, and they'd have to be consistently selling for about 9.5. You'd make a little less than 2,000 coins, but that's not the case. In the daytime like this, when there's not a lot of people on, if I can find some of these base elites for around, we're going to grab this one here. This Dante Hightower, 7,000 coins. So let me write this down in my notebook. 7,000 coins for the Dante Hightower. He's an 87, and I ran with him for a while on one of my older squads. He was a pretty decent card. But remember that, we grabbed that for 7K. And you can mess around bidding on auctions if you want. I really don't have the time to do that. But just, shuffle through this for a while. See if there's anybody that sticks out. You'll get some really good steals sometimes if you're patient. And once you get more coins, you can make a little riskier investments. And I'll tell you what I mean in just a second. But we'll go down. And this Amari Cooper for 16.5. If it was this weekend, I would be all over that. But with those Team of the Week Elite packs that were one of the gifts, I might stay away from that. As you see, it's going for about 20, so if I pick that up right now for 16.5, if I held it till later tonight or tomorrow, I could probably get 22 or 23K out of it. But my big thing is quick flips, and that's really what I'm concerned about. But like I said, if you guys do that, once you get to know the market, you'll be able to grab some more. This past couple of days, I flipped multiple of these Coopers, Malcolm Smiths, Derek Carrs. This Derek Carr sells consistently for 20 to 22,000 coins. I probably bought 10 to 15 of them. Even this for 23K. That's going to be a 30K card by the weekend. I bought multiple of these Derek Carrs for about 14K, and I made 4 or 5K a piece on them. But we're going to back out here. If you caught up on the top of the screen that Amari Cooper did sell, these base elites, guys, they sell quick. Even on a day like today, in the middle of a day, a lot of people are at work. Most kids are on Christmas break, but, and I don't want to give that away. That's our new quarterback. And right here, we go to Dante Hightower. We hit L1 to see him in the auction block. Cheapest one is 8,700. Remember, we paid 7K, but there's one for 9 and there's one for 10. So I'm going to put him up for 9,500. He will sell within the hour, and I'll make just under 2,000 coins. And that is all I've been doing, guys. And I have my notebook here. I'm not going to post the pictures of it in the video, but just going to highlight some of my flips. Some of my bigger profit ones, like I bought a Russell Wilson base elite 87 for 5,900. I sold it instantly for 10,800 coins after the tax, so I think I put it up for around 12.5 or something. I made almost 5K off that. Another one, I just got lucky here. I was looking through the Rising Stars and I found a Jarvis Landry for 2,100 coins, and I sold it for 19.5, and I made a 17,400 coin profit. Other ones I bought, and I only did this one yesterday because I had the coins. I bought a Deion Sanders gift, one of the wide receiver ones. I paid 94,000 coins. I sold it for 117,000, so I made 23K. And I only did 3 flips yesterday and I made 42K. But I flipped probably close to a few hundred cards in the past past about a week, and I'm making a ton of coins. I'll see if I can get into my auctions and show you guys what I did today. Okay, so that high tower, we bought that for 7K. I bought 2 of these Julio Jones for 14.5. I bought this Derek Carr for 14.25, Andre Smith for 6, and Emmanuel Sanders for 9,500. Go here to my auctions. We sold the Smith for 10, we sold the Emmanuel for 11.5, we sold both Julios for 19, and we sold this Carr for 19. So I'm awful at math, but just quick math. We made probably 13K profit on 5 cards. I found all 5 of those snipes in about 10 to 15 minutes, so I made about 13,000 coins in 10 minutes. You can't beat it, guys. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and let me know if you guys have any luck flipping these cards. And pay attention, for right after this video or later tonight, I'm gonna drop a lineup update so we can jump into our next season of gameplay.